those who walk with the wise become the wise, and a crowd of fools becomes fools. You're the average of the five people around you. You want to really build your environment to where you're around growth-minded people. The cleaning industry, if you want to talk about like the American dream, there's a ton of American dreams that have been created in the cleaning industry. And you want to talk about faith-driven, growth-driven people, it's the most underrated industry out there in terms of people that run these companies.
So when you say B2B outbound, kind of break that down for my audience.
It's God's plan and God's timing for sure.
Gotcha. Absolutely.
You can't be the best version of you in sales if you're not the best version of you as an individual. And I really bought onto that. What we do at Cleaning Profits is really focus on the individual and watch how that impacts the professional.
Hey, y'all, make sure y'all there so we can see some things that you never seen before. Y'all make sure y'all meet me there. Let's get it.
Headed to the top, there ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids, own property. Bubble-eyed beans that look like that be watching me. Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard though. I'm still in that black act, but she starred though. Cause that's all it takes. Don't flash it for. I'm on my grind, not no more fashion show.
What's up, y'all? It's AJ Simmons here, founder of the Clean Biz Network, and I am the Cleaner Business GOAT. And today I got another great podcast episode for you guys. All right, today's guest is a duo who's been on my radar for a few years now. They came on the scene, and they have been able to bring over 200 building service CEOs together in one room and create real transformation in their lives, y'all. So please welcome the brains behind the Profitable Cleaner and the Cleaning Profits, Angel Sandoval and James Harper. What's up, y'all?
What's up,
man? Excited to be here, brother.
Absolutely.
Like it's time now. We've been waiting to finally connect, so I'm excited to finally be here. Feel blessed to be here.
Absolutely. And I'm sorry I had to put y'all through the wait, but that's like part of my process, right? It's like you can't just come straight here. You got to get this. So I appreciate y'all patience, right? So here we go.
Yeah,
so
I appreciate that too. I appreciate it.
Thank you. So I always start off by asking everybody like how much you gross in revenue with your cleaning company, but y'all are not a cleaning company. So we're going to switch it up today and just let you kind of explain to us exactly what is Profitable Cleaner and Cleaning Profits.
Let's do it.
All right, let's rock and roll. Angel, you want to take that one?
Looks like it. Looks like you're handing it over to me. So obviously you can't just be like, do you want to take that one? You either take it or you don't. I'll explain one, you explain the other. But Profitable Cleaner kind of was born out of just getting into the industry. So we had a B2B outbound agency back in the past, and we just basically decided that we wanted to focus on the cleaning industry because we had a few clients, and we were like, well, how do we learn the most that we can? Well, the best way is to interview the people that have the information that we want and the knowledge. But then it took a monster of its own. We were doing it more for our own understanding of the industry, and it kind of started just taking off to the point that it became of its own business. And then that's how Cleaning Profits was born. We went to another event. We looked at it. I've been in masterminds in the past and events. And I told James, I was like, I think we can do better. I think there's a need still for the industry where it's not just about the cleaning. Everywhere we went was just about cleaning. And it's like, what about the person? What about the individual? And that's how Cleaning Profits was born. And so we have a podcast and we have Cleaning Profits, which is an annual event for executives for the cleaning industry.
Gotcha. So,
and it's profits as prophesied, not as profits as money, even though it should have a money sign at the end. And that's because it was inspired by Proverbs 13:20.
Oh, nice. Okay. I will have to Google that. I don't know that off the top of my head. Right.
Yeah, I'll give it to you right now, man. And I won't say it verbatim, but it's like those who walk with the wise become the wise, and a crowd of fools becomes fools. So like our premise to that and what we gained from it was you want to stick with people that have bigger values and beliefs and principles than you currently have, but you align with, because when you're around the ones of the wise, you become part of the wise. So it's like the old saying, stick with winners. You're the average of the five people around you. You want to really build your environment to where you're around growth-minded people. And when we read Proverbs 13:20, it just kind of stuck to us. And that was actually the main message of our first event.
Okay, love that, love that. Now that was so Cleaning Profits is a podcast, and then it's also events.
Profitable
Yeah,
Cleaners,
so
the podcast. Cleaning Profits is the event. Yes,
Gotcha. Okay, I was
all under the
confused.
same brand, though, of course.
Perfect, perfect. Got it. All right. So now, with that said, why did you choose to serve the cleaning industry in particular? Because I imagine you guys could have chose almost any service industry in particular. So why the cleaning industry?
that's a good question, man. So I think everything that we do involves around that there's no such thing as coincidences. And I really believe that like God connected us to this industry. But to get more specific, it almost was like the industry kept calling us. So in our B2B outbound agency, we had a few cleaning clients, and those were our most successful clients at the time, not just from a results standpoint, but also from a people standpoint. We really vibed with how they did business and their principles that they possessed. And the more we learned about the cleaning industry, the more we really were attracted to the people within the industry. And then, as fate would have it, I'm married to a facility director that's involved with a $3 to $5 million cleaning contract.
Nice.
And so I saw the other side of it, the prospecting side of it. And it just kept coming to the forefront for us. And I remember it was a warm summer day, and Angel had bought a plane ticket, flew into my son's, I think, his fourth birthday at the time.
Yeah.
And we just said, we need to plant our flag in an industry we truly believe in. And it was cleaning. And I'm so glad we did. Although it's the cleaning business, it's really the people business. And I'll tell everyone a million times over again, the cleaning industry, if you want to talk about like the American dream, there's a ton of American dreams that have been created in the cleaning industry.
Yeah.
And you want to talk about faith-driven, growth-driven people, it's the most underrated industry out there in terms of people that run these companies, man. They truly amaze me, and I could not be more blessed that this is where we ended up.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I love that. And so when you say B2B outbound, kind of break that down for my audience. We got brand new people that watches my my stuff and listen to my podcast, so they like, wait a minute, what does that mean? So if you could just unpack that.
Yeah,
So
basically it just means business to business. So you got B2B and then B2C, right? Which is business to business prospecting, looking for clients, and then B2C, which is business to customer, which is more could be your residential cleaning. It could be more on the household part where it's not a business serving a business.
So basically a lead generation.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Which that's probably for a different topic, right? But yeah, that's how we kind of got connected, and then this took a monster of its own. Like I said,
Gotcha.
we didn't expect it to, and now we're so glad that it did, right? So it's God's plan and God's timing for sure.
Gotcha. Absolutely. I just want to make sure because I'm like, you know what I mean? I know how my audience can be, right? It varies, big and small, right? So I just want to make sure we don't leave anybody behind there. All right, now we talked a little bit about the company itself, but now let's kind of talk about the individual. So we could just get each one of you guys' background, who you are, where you're from, etc.
Yeah,
Totally.
you want to kick it off, James?
Yeah, I'll go for it. James Harper from Denver, Colorado. I like to introduce myself as a connector, a provider, and an initiator. I like to initiate opportunities. I like to connect people to opportunities, and I like to provide for the people around me. But yeah, born and raised in Denver, Colorado, the Mile High City, and through just my story took me into sales. And that's how Angel and I connected. Angel said, when we first met, he said, sales saved my life. And he was the only person outside of myself that I had ever heard say that. So sales to me has always been a blessing in disguise, to where it's just opened up doors to new opportunities, new people, new businesses. And ultimately, sales is what connected me to my great business partner, Angel Sandoval, right here, and connected us to this industry. So I'm a salesperson at heart, but that has evolved from just learning a skill set to becoming an entrepreneur, to becoming a better husband, a better leader, so on and so forth. So it's a little bit about me.
Yeah, he's a great dad too. Has 2 kids.
Nice.
Amazing kids. A little bit about me, man. Outside of the professional side, so the professional side, I was in I was more on the startup and the tech side. So I used to do full sales cycle, like where I hunt, I kill, I eat, right? That's how they would say it. But in
Right.
the tech side of things, and the distribution, so like territory management, etc. So I loved all that since I was young. As far as who I am as a person, definitely a man of God. I put faith over anything,
Yeah.
anytime, anywhere. And I love challenging people. And that's kind of what I like to bring in anytime I talk to anybody, right? I literally love challenging. I think everybody has a different side of them that most of the time they don't bring out. And so, as
Yeah.
far as professionally, just more on the startup and the tech side of things. And then, now we became serial entrepreneurs and have a few businesses of our own. And now we really, everything that we do though is to serve the community. We
Okay.
really do.
Okay.
Over money anytime.
Absolutely. I love that. Now, Angel, where you based out of? I know James is
I'm
out of
Mexican, so I was born in Juarez, Ciudad Juarez, Chihuahua.
Okay.
And then I moved to the U.S. and it's been here for most of my life, in El
Gotcha.
Paso, Texas. But I don't have a place where I reside because I'm just everywhere.
Oh,
I
past
like to move everywhere.
right. That's how I definitely could see that. Like in the alternative universe, that's how I live as well, right? But I settled down and got a wife and kids, so can't quite move like that right now. But
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
see
Y'all
that.
can travel though. Y'all can travel, and travels be great.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But what I do is I try to use every business trip as like a vacation. So I'm
Of
booked up for the
course.
summer when we're gonna enjoy it. So
Good. Where you going?
absolutely. Well, we're gonna talk about it soon, but we'll definitely be in Denver, Colorado, right in October, and then definitely going to cleaning
September.
and cocktails.
September. So almost.
September. There we go. There we go. I told you my schedule's packed, bro. There's a lot of
You're
them, right?
good,
But
bro.
we gonna get to it though. We're gonna get to it.
Good.
So I want to ask y'all this though, because you both were in sales. You both, if I'm not mistaken, because I listened to some of y'all interview on Ricky's podcast, Cleaning and Cocktails. Shout out to him. And I think you both were entrepreneurs independently first, and then you kind of came together. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly right, man.
Perfect. So with that said, why partner when it's like you could have went solo, you could have stayed solo. So why partner?
It's a really good question, man. Actually, we've been asked about our partnership a lot throughout the years, and we've actually never been asked the simple question of why partnering.
Right.
Um, you know, it was an organic process, at least from my point of view. I actually hired Angel to be my sales coach back in the day, and he brought a belief system and a framework to me that was you can't be the best version of you in sales if you're not the best version of you as an individual. And I really bought onto that. And then so I bought into Angel as a person and his principles. I really aligned with them. And then we shared a lot of the same commonalities. We both like to cold call. We're psychos like that. A lot of people don't like that stuff, right? We
Like the
both are
Broncos.
Broncos
Yeah.
fans. We both like Mexican food. On a personal standpoint, we really we really are aligned. And then on a professional standpoint, our skill sets really complemented each other, and it just felt like the timing was right.
Nice.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I think for me, man, it's back to Proverbs 13:20. Walk with the wise, and you shall be wise. Right? Walk with the fools, and you'll suffer harm. That's the verse. Um, I'm a big believer, man. Like once you get to know the person, why not partner? It's very like frowned upon almost. Like people frown about because they want to keep everything to themselves, and that's just truth, you know. And people are like, well, I can make more by myself, and it's like, well, what if you did partner, right? Do you look up to this person? So when I saw that James's lifestyle and how he had sold a few companies already and what he had done, I was like, well, he has something that I don't have, and I would love to hitch my wagon to whatever he's doing. And every time we pick partnerships, it's just like, well, where is this wagon gonna take me? What happens if I hitch myself to them? Can I see this going somewhere? And if I do, then a partnership makes sense. And then you can structure partnerships a lot of different ways. When we first started, it was more like sweat equity style, because I didn't have that much money like James did. And so it was just more like earn your way in there. So we put like milestones, and it took us a while to become partners, but then we did, and it was just a very flourishing amount. So there was incentive from both sides. a lot of time partnerships, it's a one-sided incentive. There was incentive for both sides, and we both brought something to the table.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Love that. Now, I know you guys are in the same state. So how were you able to make it work as partners, not being in the same state?
I mean, we're in 2024. It's
Right.
just facts. No, just kidding. A lot of communication, a lot of trust. Dude, it's been crazy. We get interviewed this, and so many people talk about partnerships, and they don't trust their partners.
Yeah.
That trips me out. And I'm not talking like, do I trust them with the books? I mean, like, do I know that his heart and his intention is set to better me as a person and better my life? If you can't confidently say that about your partner, then I don't know if you have true business partners. I think you have, it's like somebody that's gonna, co-partner or whatever. But it's like you're looking for someone. Like, I knew that if I ever was broke, if I ever was in an emergency, if anything was ever needed, I knew James was gonna be there for me. So first things first was just trust. Second, systems like Slack, communication, quarterly meetings, weekly meetings, daily updates, especially when you begin, so that you can build those systems.
Yeah.
Right. And then I actually did move down to Denver for a while. I was there for 8 months. I moved down there, and just so that I could be in his vicinity and be close. And I think that's what really set up the foundation to go next. But I would travel a lot. He couldn't travel much because he had kids. So since I didn't, I would travel to him.
Yeah.
So trust, sacrifice, and just overall like investment into the person as an individual.
Yeah, totally. We also, it's funny you asked that question though, AJ, because we started doing business and actually didn't really meet face to face for the first 10 months. So like we went 10 months in doing business without ever meeting in person, which that is kind of wild when you think of it, looking back now.
Yeah. No, but again, I think we like had shared so much beliefs.
Yeah.
That it was just like, can I make this person's life better? Yes. Can he make my life better? Yes. Cool. Let's do it.
Now, as y'all started to explain that, it made way more sense to me now. I think back to a guy named CJ Wood I interviewed years ago. He was like 22 at the time, and I think I was probably like 28 at the time. We partnered. We didn't really become like actual business partners, but we did like a JV, so to speak. And we basically would do weekly check-ins or monthly check-ins, just hold each other accountable, set goals, etc. I made a lot of money with the guy. Never met him once in my life. I don't even think we did Zoom. We just straight had phone calls. And I made hundreds of thousands with that guy just on a particular product. So definitely I can see how that would make sense. So thanks for breaking that down for me. And two, I like this story because it'll show people, people can be so limited minded in their thinking. And so it's glad that y'all are able to share this story and show people like what's really possible out here for sure.